We talk about the 2025 to the garage X100 XK8 XKR photo share, and you guys get the chance to approach one of our subscribers for some free parts. Hi everyone, John here. So let's kick off with the big 2025 Jaguar X100 photo share. Regular viewers to the channel will know that in previous years, subscribers and viewers to the channel have sent in photographs of their cars, and you, the subscribers and viewers, have voted for your favourites. And what I've done is taken the 12 photographs that have got the most votes and turned them into my calendar, which you guys regularly see on the wall. Now, whilst To the Garage, the YouTube channel, is very much my hobby rather than my profession, what I can't have is it costing me money. If it makes me a little bit of money, that's great, and the sort of money we're talking I reinvest in tools and carrying out projects anyway, so it all sort of self-funds my hobby. The calendars were just getting a little bit too problematic from that point of view. Quite expensive to manufacture for what they are, meaning I've got to charge a reasonably large amount for what they are. They're a perishable item, so by the end of February basically they've gone off, nobody really wants them. And I've had all manner of issues with posting them out and the work involved in them that is all condensed into a couple of months. So this year, as discussed in previous videos, but having taken on board a lot of the advice and opinions of you guys, we have a way forward. So I'm still wanting everybody to share their photos. And yes, we're going to get everybody to vote on who has come up with the best photos this year. All for fun and all part of our community. But what I'm going to do with those photos is, after we announce who got the most votes, I'm going to turn those photos into a photo book. That photo book won't have a deadline or expiry date in the same way as a calendar will, and I've located a provider who can turn it into a book and do drop shipping, so I won't have to do all of the postage, all of the customs documentation, etc. worldwide, and they'll print it as required in all the continents where it's likely to be bought, meaning that the delivery costs should be better than I was achieving even with a calendar. So the exact nature of this book is as yet to be revealed, because I'm still making my final decisions, but it'll be a reasonably large format photo book, probably hardbacked, and whoever gets the most votes, their photograph will end up on the front cover of that book. The two runners-up will feature prominently within the book, and where the photographs are appropriate, anybody who's entered the competition, I'm going to try and make sure that your photographs appear in there somewhere. It's going to be a combination of straight photos, a little bit of editorial text information about the X100 from me, all included in one tome. Once I've posted out a free signed copy to the top 3 in terms of votes received, I will make the books available via the website so that you can order them and get one for yourself. Price as yet unconfirmed, but I don't think you're going to find it too disastrous compared to the prices we're having to charge for calendars. So back to the big photo share. How do you get involved? How do you get your photograph included so that the subscribers can vote on them? Well, let's start with the rules. We want photographs of a Jaguar XK8 XKR X100, that is cars produced from 1996 to 2006, steel-bodied cars. And that photograph can be of the whole car, the car with a scene behind it, a small detail of the car, whatever you think makes a nice photograph. Those photographs are going to be emailed over to me, and you're going to email them to john@tothegarage.co.uk with the subject as Photo 2025. It doesn't matter if you've taken the picture on your SLR or the cheapest of cameras or a mobile phone or a tablet, you can email it as an attachment over to me. And unlike with the calendars, this time we can accept photographs which are landscape, which will come out bigger and better in any book or calendar, or they can be in portrait, vertical style photos. So actually the only specific rule in terms of the nature of your photograph is if you are one of the few people who does not like their registration number to be included in a photograph, then it is up to you to either obscure the number plate or license plate so that it can't be seen in the photograph, or digitally remove it. I won't be editing the photographs beyond what you share with me. And secondly, I'm only going to accept one photo from each entrant, so please only send one photograph. And everybody who sends in a photograph with the subject Photo 2025 will receive an email back from me confirming that your photograph is eligible for entry and asking you to confirm that you are giving me permission to use your photograph for sharing with everybody, for voting, for including in a publication, for possible inclusion on the website, etc., so that there are no later issues with copyright. As long as you respond to that, we're all good. So what's the timeline for this? Well, as of this moment, you can send in your photographs, and the deadline for getting those photographs in for inclusion is midnight on the 31st of July 2025. At my earliest possible opportunity in September, I will release a video that shares all of the photographs and invites you, the subscribers and viewers to the channel, to place your vote on what you think is the best photo. More details on that at the time. And you can vote during the whole of October. Again, we will close the voting on the last day of October at midnight. And as soon as I am able, in the next month, in November, I will release a video sharing who has sent in the photo that most of our subscribers and viewers thought was the best. As for the book, obviously I can't create the book until I have the photographs, so I'll do some preliminary work, but I can't put a deadline on getting the book out for sale. I will obviously endeavour to make sure that it's available before the end of the year, because I know it's the sort of thing that people might like to have for themselves or for a loved one for Christmas. So I will make sure that I'm doing everything I can to get that available to you. So the super executive summary is, if you'd like to be included and send in your photo, then you need to take that photo and send it to me now, or certainly before midnight on the 31st of July, to john@tothegarage.co.uk, subject Photo 2025. Talking of photos, it's no longer May, so we have to say goodbye to Ray Brown's Jaguar XKR, and who is on the next page? Woohoo! June is James Dolman and his XK8 called Eeyore. That is a reference to Winnie the Pooh. His donkey was called Eeyore, if you've got no idea what that name's all about. He has receipts for servicing, maintenance and other work over its lifetime, totalling over £25,000. And that's photographed at Chafford 100 in the UK. Great wheels, great colour, And I do like on the late cars the lack of this rubbing strip here. Now, I mentioned at the start there's an opportunity for somebody to get some free parts. And the parts in question is a set of upgraded shock mounts. So the story behind this is one of our key subscribers, Gary Van Remortel, who many of you will know as he is the author of the XK8 Bible, a brilliant document that you can find on my website if you go to the area marked useful documents. Gary has been experimenting with the suspension on his car, and he's got a set of upgraded shock mounts. Now, these ones are the Steve Davis shock mounts from Australia. The set that are normally black, and as you can see in the footage at the moment, there's various options. Peter Hobman has been manufacturing the sort of translucent ones, and Steve's got the black ones, and they all do a fantastic job and are such an improvement over the available yellow foam or orange foam that is on so many options out there. Well, Gary's been playing around and has actually got some rather bespoke ones on his car now. So he's got a set of new Steve Davis shock mount rubbers ready to send to the first person who contacts him. And his criteria is, from an expense point of view, you have to be in the United States. You have to actually need a set of shock mounts and want to fit them. They're not so you can have them to resell. And that you contact him by email and ask nicely. So a very generous gesture from a very nice chap. And I do want as many people as possible to experience Gary's XK8 Bible, the superb PDF-based document that he has put together over many years that documents all the details, specs, mods, tweaks and tips that Gary has assembled associated with the work he's been doing on his car, which is a later model XK8. I host the XK8 Bible and give it space on my website. So what I'm going to do is say, yes, get in touch with Gary. It's literally the first person to approach him by email. But if you want his email address, it's on his XK8 Bible. And you can find that by going to my website, which is www.tothegarage.co.uk. Go to the tab, which is Useful Documents. And very close to the top of that huge resource, you're going to find Gary's XK8 Bible. If you download a copy of that, then the email address that you need for Gary is near the top. So crack on, folks. Somebody is going to get a very valuable and wonderful accessory or upgrade for their Jag. And Gary, you're a wonderful chap, and thank you very much. So I hope you're all going to start searching for your favourite photo of your Jaguar XK8 XKR X100 immediately you stop watching this video. Even if you don't think yours is a perfect photo, send it in, join in the fun, and then everybody gets to look at them. We can all cast our vote and see which ones come out on top. And ultimately that'll enable me to have some more fun turning it into a Jaguar X100 book. And I want a copy of that. And yes, I'll be giving away 3 copies, but I am going to sell the rest. Don't judge me on that. There is going to be a profit included because I'm always after bits and pieces to carry on doing projects and making the channel. And yes, Steed will move on eventually, and I'm going to look for a new project car. So we need some money in the kitty. And I've just taken receipt of a few little toys in here, so just for your interest, I've got myself a set of 3/4 inch drive long series sockets. I'm not buying any sockets now that don't do 6-sided. I can't come up with an advantage for the multi-spline type sockets. You know, a 6-sided unit is far less likely to round things off. So I wanted long, thin wall 3/8 sockets for a particular job that's coming up soon. You'll see that in possibly the next video, or the one after for sure. The only other long series sockets I tend to have are impact sockets, and they're brilliant, but impact sockets do tend to be rather robustly built, and the thickness of the wall might be a bit of an issue for the tasks that I'm going to be taking on. So yeah, we'll be reinvesting anything that comes out of those books into what I'm doing in the garage, and hopefully sharing for your entertainment.